Good morning. Today on Spotlight, a look inside the future of the Republican Party. Is it remaking itself to be a political force of the future, or is it the party of Reagan, Bush, and Trump, and is it spiraling out of control? The 2022 midterm elections may give us a clear indication. Jamie Rowe, Chief of Staff to former Michigan Congresswoman Candace Miller, and now the founder and partner of Team Rowe Consulting, will share his insight. And later on our Sunday morning program, we'll check in with DeJuan Dandridge, CEO and co-founder of Black Leaders Detroit. How is this economist helping to save Black-owned businesses in Michigan's largest city? And is it a successful formula for other cities as well? Stay tuned. It's Sunday, January the 16th. I'm Chuck Stokes, and this is Spotlight. Jamie Rowe, my friend, good seeing you. You doing okay?
Doing great, Chuck. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and everyone there at WXYZ and across Metro Detroit. We're doing awesome.
Very good, and Happy New Year to you, too. Okay, let's accept as a premise that the Republican Party, whether you look at it nationally or here in the state, has some challenges ahead. They aren't in the White House, and they aren't in the executive branch here in Lansing. But the good thing is that every election season, parties have a chance to redefine and remake themselves. Given that premise, if you accept it, how big are the challenges for the Republican Party based upon your history of having watched this party for a long period of time?
Well, I think we have, as a nation and a state right now, we all have challenges. With the COVID pandemic going on, with this inflation, which is going through the roof right now, the report that just came out on the excessive COVID deaths in our nursing homes, we got some serious challenges that we have to deal with. And we as a party have to become united behind a certain set of principles, ultimately our candidates, and take our message to the people of Michigan and the people of America. I think that the best thing we have going for us right now is the fact that President Biden's policies have, 1 year in, are being rejected by the American people across the board. And Governor Whitmer here in Michigan has similar challenges. And what we as a party have to do is to provide that reasonable, common sense alternative and take that unified message to the voters and hopefully win on election day. Michigan is always a tough, closely divided state. And it's going to be a battle from now until November. It's going to be a tough battle of ideas, and I'm confident that we're going to win it.
Okay, Jamie, if you look at the redistricting maps as they now stand, and we have to stipulate this may not be the end of it, and when it's all said and done, it may look totally different than what we see right now. Right. Are you optimistic as you look at this newly redrawn lines by an independent citizens redistricting commission?
Well, I will just tell you this right now on the State House map in particular, I think that Republicans have a great chance of victory there. I think on the congressional map, we have a great chance across the board. I mean, I've seen some national pundits say that it could be as much as an 8-5 Republican map before it's all said and done. The state Senate map, I think, has serious issues. I think all three of the maps have one serious issue, and that's that they totally disregarded the Federal Voting Rights Act, particularly with the elimination of African-American majority districts. Our state has had 2 African-American majority congressional districts since the enactment of the Voting Rights Act. This map has 0. Okay, on the previous map, there were 5 African-American majority state Senate districts. This map has 0. And I think and you've seen a case filed in the Michigan Supreme Court by African-American legislators and citizens from Detroit in particular, saying that they violated the Voting Rights Act. The state civil rights director has said that they violated the Voting Rights Act, and yet they pushed these maps forward anyway. I think the state Supreme Court has a duty to force this commission to go back and do that, because I think everybody, from whether I agree with them politically or not, in a small r Republican form of government, people have a right to elect their neighbors to serve them in the legislature. And under these maps, the people of Detroit in particular, there's possibility that you could have a state Senate convene next January if this map stands, that has 0 residents of the city of Detroit serving in the state Senate. I don't think that that is right. It's our state's biggest city. They deserve to have people from their community elect them and represent them. And hopefully the state Supreme Court is going to force action on this. But that is something to watch over the next coming weeks. Will they force this commission to go back and redraw those, particularly the Voting Rights Act districts?
And if you're a betting man, and we never know what the courts are going to do, but if you just place a bet on it, what do you think the chances are that these maps will not stand, at least that aspect of it?
I don't think it will be a general redraw of the entire map, but I think that they will be forced to address the Southeast Michigan area in particular, and how Detroit and the surrounding areas are treated in particular. I think that they will. My guess is it's either going to be a 4-3 vote telling them to do it, or 7-0 vote to tell the commission to do it. It is my hope that the people of Detroit can get justice, quite frankly, and I credit them for the case that was filed, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, we need to take a quick little break. We'll come right back and we'll look at what races to watch in 2022. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back to Spotlight, talking to Jamie Rowe out there in Macomb County, and there's a new company called Team Rowe. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Jamie, let's look at history for a second. You worked for more than a decade as chief of staff to Congresswoman Candace Miller, Republican, but was known for working across the political aisle with Democrats on things that she felt were good for this state as a whole. She was also Secretary of State, so she has won with Democratic votes and Republican votes, so you know something about bipartisanship. Look at the history of this country, of this state, in terms of governors. You know, Milliken, Republican, more than 3 terms. Blanchard, Democrat, 2 terms. John Engler, 3 terms, Republican. Then it went to Granholm, 2 terms. Snyder, Republican, 2 terms. And now Whitmer in her 1st term. History doesn't bode well for Republicans winning back the governorship if you just look based on history. Why do you think you got a good chance of flipping history in what, as you said, is a purple state where the voters like to see it go Democrat, Republican, and they tend to like to give their governors 2 terms before they boot them out or they resign, or they have to now by term limitation?
Right. I will tell you, I'll give you one piece of history that Governor Whitmer is pressing against this year, that there's 7 times in the last century plus there has been a first term, midterm election with a Democrat president, and never has a Democrat won that election. Not since 1914, when Woodrow Wilson was president, has a Democrat been elected governor of Michigan in the first term with a Democrat president. So that is some history that Governor Whitmer is bucking up against. And right now with this president, and we see his collapsing favorability numbers across the board, is going to make Governor Whitmer's climb even more uphill. There was a recent poll out that was put out by the Detroit News that shows Governor Whitmer under 50% right now in her reelect number against any of the Republican candidates, none of whom are very well known yet. In full transparency, I am helping out the campaign of Kevin Rinke, who's running for governor, outsider businessman, who I think is actually the right type of person that we need right now, because I think that people are sort of across the board upset with politicians in general. And so we do have to capture a unifying message to take to the people in order to win. And I think it can be done, and I think it will be done.
Are you worried about the possible bloodletting on the Republican side, just trying to figure out who their candidate is going to be to go up against Governor Whitmer? Yeah,
I think for all the primaries that we're going to face right now, I think we could have some tough battles. But ultimately, I think tough primaries make for stronger candidates. And what we have to avoid is getting so far into the gutter in a primary that you wreck your chance for winning in the general election. And I think that's why we need strong candidates. And I think we do have a strong message to take to the people, and a unifying message ultimately that I think can help unify not only the party but the state, because it needs to happen. You say we have become far too tribal and far too hyper partisan, and I think that we need to reach beyond that. Strong candidates reach beyond that hyper partisan base and get things done.
Jamie, for a bright future for the Republican Party, does it have to get past the labeling that it clearly has right now as the party of Trump?
Yeah, I think to some degree, the thing is, I am a firm believer in that elections are always about the future. And what you have to give is people a reason to vote for you because you are going to deliver them a brighter future. I don't think that any election is going to be decided because I'm more Trumpy than you are. I think that it's a misperception. And I think it's something that people from outside the process keep trying. They're fixated. People in the media sometimes, and also people who are hyper involved activists, are too often fixated just on President Trump. I think Trump's policies are something that everyone's going to have to glom or latch on to because there were good policies. I mean, we didn't see empty store shelves and inflation through the roof, and people losing their jobs. I mean, we didn't see that stuff under President Trump's policies. And I think that you can latch on to those types of pro-growth policies and not necessarily the individual. I think sometimes it's the individual that people have a problem with or don't. And we need to get past just the personality and latch more onto the ideas.
In 10 seconds, Governor Whitmer is coming up on her annual State of the State address. I know you're not necessarily in the business of giving the Democratic governor a piece of advice, but if you could give her your best bipartisan advice, one thing that she absolutely has to do with that speech, what would it be?
She's going to have to take ownership for the fact that her bad decisions on how we deal with nursing home patients during COVID led to unnecessary deaths. And she's going to have to own up to that. I don't expect that she will. The initial response from her Department of Health and Human Services tried to deflect blame. And I think that we're a forgiving society. And if you just own up to the fact that you made mistakes, I think that people will be forgiving. I don't expect her to do so. And we're going to get more politics as usual, which is unfortunate.
All right. Jamie Rowe, founder and partner with Team Rowe, thanks so much for joining us today on Spotlight. Next time we'll have to tell us a whole lot more about your company. We ran out of time, but we know you got a new consulting firm, and people can always go to the website to get more information.
Yeah, please do.
All
Great.
right.
Thanks, Chuck, for having me.
Always good talking to you. And coming up, we'll talk to a local economist who has a bright idea, he believes, for the city of Detroit. We'll be right back. Stay with us. And welcome back to Spotlight. Joining me now is DeJuan Dandridge. He is CEO and co-founder of Black Leaders Detroit. Mr. Dandridge, good having you with us today.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
It's our pleasure. All right, first question I have to ask you. You got a lot of publicity last year when you rode your bike 300 some odd miles from Detroit to Mackinac City. Have you recovered?
Yes, recovered and have had enough time to start slacking. I was talking to my wife yesterday and said I need to get me a trainer in the basement so that I could, keep the momentum that I picked up in training and actual ride itself. Yeah, I've fully recovered.
All right, very good. Well, you've given me great motivation for doing some bike riding this year. You started an organization called Black Leaders Detroit. Why did you found that organization?
Well, I've been in Detroit all my life. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, run a small business myself for a period, and what I would describe as an off-the-grid, unregistered nonprofit. And in both cases, I realized that it takes money to do it, right? And I realized that we don't always have the same access to capital that our colleagues from other communities have. Realizing that, that was the case for many of us. Instead of waiting on the system to fix itself, me and some friends decided to actually take it upon ourselves to create a pot of money that was for Black people and actually like managed by Black Detroiters.
And your desire and hope and what you try to do is help raise funds for African-American owned businesses and in many cases save them. They were hit particularly hard during the pandemic, which is obviously still going on. Where'd you get the idea from? I know that you're an economist and you've always valued the power of money.
So I would say it's a combination of places, right? I think that I've grown up in the barbershops and around the dinner table and always hearing people say, if we could just come together, right, like we would be the solution to our own problems. And our approach to raising the money long term is we ask everyday people to donate $1 a week. And our goal is to use media platforms like this, but especially social media, to grow the number of people that have made that commitment to 1 million people, right? I was very fortunate as a young man in the 90s to go to the Million Man March. And there was a moment during the Million Man March where we all were asked to go in our pockets and pull out $1, right? And hold it in the air. And we were glad to do that, and at a certain point, there were bags passed around where we all donated our $1. Don't know exactly what those dollars were used for at the time, but I think that image in that moment in time never escaped me. And I think that social media has given us an opportunity to reach out and connect with 1 million people at one time. And we want to take that lesson I learned there, bring it home, and change the face of the hero, right? A hero can be an everyday person, everyday Detroiter, or not necessarily a Detroiter. That's just about fairness and creating equal access to capital. So I think that's a hodgepodge of places where this idea kind of like was kind of like boiling inside of me, and decided in 2019 to bring it to fruition. Since April of 2020, when we first gave a $700 grant out, right, that the number of the grant quickly increased, and we've given over $400,000 to Black-owned businesses or nonprofits operating in or around Detroit, and that's over 120 businesses that we've been able to support in a really hard time that you mentioned before due to the pandemic.
Right, so very grassroots. All right, we're going to take a little quick break. We'll come right back, and I want to talk to you about whether or not this is philanthropy or if this is social change or maybe both. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Most people like to drive their cars to Mackinac City, then take the ferry over to Mackinac Island. DeJuan Dandridge likes to ride his bike into the land of horses and fudge. And you're going to do that again? You took it to the Mackinac Policy Conference and got a lot of publicity for it.
Yes. We got such positive feedback. And then the other thing that happened is a lot of people saw us and said that they would love to, have enough lead time where they could join us. So,
all right, so you have a bigger party next time.
Yes.
All right. Is this philanthropy or social change or both, the impact that you're trying to have?
I love the question. I think that you're the first person to phrase it that way. And I think that it is both, right? It's definitely philanthropy. When you look around the city and who we're looking to highlight as the heroes, the ones that we like to say kept the lights on in our city, as everybody's talking about, like the comeback. We feel like there were people that were already here and they never left. And you look around and see the amount of churches, barbershops, which seem to be the buildings and businesses that are up the most. We built those, right? Or we managed those. And we feel like there is the ability to be our own heroes, those that are already here to actually save the day. But I think that what we noticed during 2020 with the response to the George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor deaths was a coming together that, I think was a prophetic call from probably Martin Luther King as we're approaching his birthday. When we saw the combination of people that were out there, they didn't look like, George Floyd, many of them, right? So there were lots of partners that came alongside of us that really were feeling our pain and joined us. And that's what we hope to do at Black Leaders Detroit, is create a space where we can come together along with the protest. I think that this is a way for us to come together and bring systemic change within ourselves and together. So we're extending an invitation to everybody. It's about fairness, equality, and change, and improving what we already have in this city and in this nation.
Let me piggyback off that in the little bit of time that we have left. You talk about this is for everybody, and in this time in which we're talking about equity, diversity, and inclusion, you've partnered with the Hebrew Free Loan, which goes way back to, I think, the late 1800s. Talk about the role that they've played in helping you try to do what you're trying to do.
Been huge, right? So what we're getting ready to launch this month actually is a no interest loan for the for-profit sector inside of Detroit, Black-run businesses. And there's a no interest loan that's existed here for 126 years in the Jewish community, run by Hebrew Free Loan. They've been an amazing partner / mentor to us. They've given us the blueprint that they use. We've had to tweak it a little bit to make it custom fit the community that we're looking to serve. But they've been an open book. There's an amazing executive director over there, David Cantor, and their team has really taken it seriously when it comes to helping us bring this to fruition.
Yeah, and that's true community. All different people working together to try to improve the city that we all claim that we love, and to want to make it move and become not just the great city that it is, but an even greater city. DeJuan Dandridge, thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight. You have a website that people can go to? We do, blackleadersdetroit.org. blackleadersdetroit.org. If you want to become a member and donate $1 or more a week, you can find an opportunity there. Thank you. All right, very good. Thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight. Best of luck. We'll stay in touch with you and keep us posted on all those bike rides coming up. Will do. All right, and I'm Chuck Stokes. We'll be back next week with more newsmakers in the Spotlight. We hope you have a great week.